someone who potentially could be a coach of mine, and we were talking about like narratives where it comes to racial identity, and she had like such a great way of putting it, which was like there's the truth, and then there's something that's truer than the truth, and that always like lies within. So like the analogy I'm trying to make here is like having feeling limited by certain like identities that I have is true, and there's something to be explored there, but the truer truth is how it makes me feel. And when we work on how it makes me feel is where I actually can gain momentum and feel movement and feel freedom. And then, so going back to the organizing thing, I feel like the truth is that making my space feel clear and ready for work feels good, and it is a step in the direction of work. I think that every chef, every person who works in a kitchen, for example, like has to go through a process of like cleaning up their space and making sure it feels clean and ready for the next day, but that should never obstruct the actual act of cooking and creation. And I feel like for me, as far as painting goes or making a video, I'm so stuck in these loops of the tidying things up or getting new materials, or this external thing will help me feel like I'm capable of creating, or will make the creating less messy. I think that's what like I'm the mess. And I know there's a part of me that is actually at home in the chaos and the mess, but there's also a part of me that is so used to reaching for the cleanliness and the organization and the clarity by way of cleaning and feeling like things are perfect. I know she's there. It's just a matter of exercising that muscle. Like before I started cooking, like there was a period of my life like 3-4 years ago, when maybe even 5, that I really wanted to get better at cooking. And instead of just cooking regularly, I made a Notion spreadsheet of all the ingredients in my kitchen and their expiration dates. And I wanted this like really clever way to figure out what to cook. God, I think that's like what the word is. I was like, I'm always being too clever for my own creativity to come out. And I think cleverness has its place, but it's like not the main goal by any means. It's like not, I don't want to be a clever person. I want to be a creative person. But anyways, so yeah, I made this Notion spreadsheet and database that like functioned in such a way that I could like know exactly what ingredients I had. And I think one of the biggest like personal breakthroughs over the sabbatical is like learning how to not be so clever. I mean, that kind of shit would get rewarded in the corporate world, right? But if I worked in a kitchen, they'd be like, what the fuck, girl? Like, why don't you create like a more tangible system? Like, why is everything existing in spreadsheets? And why is everything existing conceptually as opposed to just like looking at the bottle and sniffing it and being like, this is expired? So that has been like a major shift and a major theme of taking time off work. And there's all these ways I think that my life has become better and I've become a better person by taking time off work. And it's been 2 years since I've had an employer, essentially. And the real work now is looking at the blank wall and finding the part of me that feels excited to apply my skills in that way. And even if it's not feeling excited, like knowing that through the uncertainty, I'm actually the kind of person who can make something out of it that's good and beautiful and personal and vulnerable. Anyways, so this is I think I've been talking for 15 minutes now. This is my vlog. This is my good enough. This is my attempt. And that's what I have to say. Thank you. Bye bye.